Hey guys, so I have a card to share with you. I'm probably going to be sending it off today because I'm going out. So I wanted to share it now, and I'll just link this video to another finished projects video. I have some other stuff in the making, but I realized I couldn't finish it because I thought I had some 8x11 black cardstock. Turns out I have every color but black and white. I've got like these weird strips of black cardstock. They're like Recollections brand. They're a weird measurement. They're not even 11 inches tall or 4.5 inches wide. You know, if you were to cut a regular 8.5 inch paper in half. I don't know what Recollections intent was for these black strips of cardstock, but they were cheap. Anyways, so I made a thank you card. It's an easel card, and there it is. So there's this technique that I've been wanting to try for a long time, and I learned it from the Frugal Crafter, and she did a technique where she used stamps and chalk pastels. One second. Sorry. Okay. Apparently, the leg was on my stool. Okay, so I used this Stampin' Up! Stamp that I got from Scrappy K Sue in a D-stash. So that's what I did, is I did the chalk pastels on the stamp, and I think it turned out really awesome. I wasn't too sure about it at first, and then I decided to do like splatters of color, and then I was like, really, you really messed it up now. But then I ended up liking it. This red cardstock, this black cardstock, the thank you die cut, this ornamental die cut, all came from Bonnie. And the inside, I just put a piece of scrap lace for the stopper in it. It works good like that. And this white paper was the back of a card. So, anyways, I'm really happy with how it turned out. I made it for the charity at the hospital that I went to. They just paid my medical bill. I could have paid it. It would have taken a long time to pay it, but I could have eventually paid it off when I went in November, because I thought I was going to die. To be frank, I didn't know what was happening to me. And I couldn't feel my leg. It was, I don't know what to say. It was really scary. So I finally agreed to go to the hospital after begging from my mother. And couldn't have been there for more than a half an hour. And honestly, the person there that spent the most time with me was the nurse entering my information. And the doctor was in the room with me for like 5 minutes, and he had me touch my toes and then sent me a bill for $900. So, I was pretty upset about it. And I'm pretty gosh darn lucky the charity paid it for me. So, I just wanted to send him a little thank you card. And yeah, I guess that would be it. Okay, we'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Hey guys, so I have a project to share with you. But first, Shay wanted to see a couple things, a couple rocks that I had found. So I'm going to show those real quick. So Shay, this is the first one. The first one is the tiny one with the red crystal-y type things poking out of it. And I told you it was tiny. I'm gonna see if I can get it to focus here. Hands are so darn shaky. And on the back, there's a... It doesn't want to focus. I had my OttLite over here, but my camera didn't like the OttLite so close. Can't see, it's so blurry. Focus. I don't think it wants to, but that's the biggest one right there. And I know it's not going to show up well. It's just too small. They're just poking out little red crystals. Okay, so here's the second one that one I had pulled out of the creek. And this next one I had dug out of the, there's four roads around the lake, and this road, is just a dirt road. It's one of the longest roads around the lake, and it's just dirt and gravel. And I dug this out of I saw the purple sticking out, and I dug it out. So this is the suspected Imperial Jasper. I know that the color is just not... Yeah, my camera's gonna wig out here. You are so not gonna see that purple and green. All you see is the white. Well, that kind of sucks. But I don't think... Yeah, it does not want to. Oh, oops, sorry. Come on, OttLite. Okay. So, oh, I've got some paper towel on there. Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous in person. I was so excited. My mom has sliced this open with her saw when it was dry. You know, I was like, Mom, look, this rock is purple. It's purple and green. She's like, I don't know. I don't see the purple and green. It's like, I saw it when the tip was sticking out of the ground. How do you not see this purple and green rock? But it's something. If it's not Imperial Jasper, it's something else. So I was very excited. I have no clue whether the colors are actually going to show up for you guys or not. But absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so I guess next I will get started with the project share. So I had gotten the Scrappy K-Sue a few months ago had a destash of her stuff, and I bought this wooden stamp lot, and most of the stamps were used. But in the stamp lot, I got this. It just says the Kenya collection from Stampendous, and this zebra stamp, and it was in there. It didn't even look like she'd used it. This was one of my least favorite stamps out of the whole lot, but it was a lot. And I was like, well, I still want to use it. I'm the type of person that If I don't love something, I learn to love it. You know, it's kind of who who I am. So I was like, well, who the most in my family, or would like a zebra stamp? I was trying to think of what I could do for someone with this zebra, and so I decided to make a card set, like a blank-ish card set to give to my aunt, because she's one of those ladies that wears spandex animal print pants, and everything's animal print. That's just who she is. So I made this card set, and I got the black cardstock from them. I had to go out and buy the black cardstock from the Elma variety store. Kind of got irked with them. Story for another day. The pad of paper that I used throughout this project was the Seven Gypsies Paddington and paper sack that I got from Leslie, and I've been trying to figure out a way to use this, because it was, it's just so, I don't know, I couldn't think of anything. So even though this doesn't have anything to do with animals, or it doesn't have any animal print, it doesn't go with the zebra at all, but at the same time, it was black and white with this ugly yellow thrown in there. Splatters of yellow. I don't know why the yellow's in there. But I was like, black and white paper, black and white zebra. So that's what I went with. And then, I had also I had these really old 12-inch border strips from a very old scrapbooking kit my mom got me when I was a small child. And I was like, well, those are black and white, so I'll use those too. So, anyways, that's the story of how the paper decision came about. So, there's the zebra stamp. I've got some flowers from Michael's, got a sparkly leaf. I've got some flat flowers from Bonnie, and I didn't really have any black flowers, so I painted this fabric rose. I had made starch fabric rose black, did some shading with some white ink, and then I painted this flat flower layer that Bonnie gave me black. And then I did this polka dot stamp on it in white ink. It was the Cloud White versus Magic ink Bonnie gave me. I think it's a little bit dried out, but it works great for shading. As long as you don't want a clear image, it works really great for shading. So I will continue using it for shading. And I have a question, because I'm a complete noob when it comes to stamps and stamping and anything revolving stamping. So Leslie had sent me this background stamp. I don't remember what brand it was. Came in a blue packaging. I thought it was a cling stamp, but it doesn't cling. It's like a slick plastic. And when I tried to peel the plastic off, it's just like, it's like stickiness. Really sticky stickiness. So, how are you supposed to mount this? Like, are you supposed to peel off the black or the clear sticker that shows the pattern and stick it onto wood or something? Or am I missing something? I just don't know how you're supposed to mount it. I ended up just, sticking it on with my fingers, which of course makes all kinds of indents in the plastic. But anyways, just let me know what the intention is for this. Like, if you're supposed to mount it on a wood block with the stickiness under this clear plastic, but that didn't make sense to me, because then you wouldn't be able to see the pattern design on the back, which you can clearly see it on the front, but that's besides the point. Anyways, I'm rambling. Okay. And then I used I used the black skeleton leaf and a white skeleton leaf that Bonnie gave me, and that's the front. And I did a lot of this this paper piecing, because you can only get 1 4x4 inch card front out of one sheet of paper. So I only used 3 sheets out of this whole pad to do 6 cards and this box. So I think that was pretty good. Because I was determined not to add a buttload more scraps into my scrap box. I have enough scraps. I don't need to personally add more. So here's the first card. This says thank you. I used the new Inkadinkado stamp that I got. I need to glue this down with tacky glue because it keeps popping up. I put this on some creased black cardstock. I was like, oh, it won't show. It showed. Because the dimensions, I actually had, these were some strips of Black Recollections cardstock I had bought at Michael's, and the dimensions were so weird. I could not figure out where the center point was, even after I measured it. It was just weird. So, this speech bubble sticker, when I was a little kid, I have a lot of stuff from when I was a little kid. Let me see if I can find it, because I'm obviously not prepared to do this video. There it is. My neighbor had given me this Stickopotamus sheet. These stickers are way over a decade old, and they're showing their age. I couldn't figure out a way to use them, and so I was like, oh, it's perfect use for them. So, yeah, I stuck that on there. Stuck thank you. You can see the creases in the paper. But, you know, it's for my auntie, and she's gonna think it's the shiznit. You know, she's gonna think it's the most awesome thing she's ever seen. And, so I'm not worrying about it. On almost every single zebra I stamped out, there's a smudge. But, you know what? My auntie, once again, will think it's the shiznit, so I'm not gonna worry about it. Not like I made them to sell. So that's the first one. I did the paper piecing for the background. You know, the inside. And here's the second one. Yeah, I did various corner punches of the corner punches I had. Another speech bubble. I stamped this high with this Rubber Stampede monogram set that Bonnie sent me, and I didn't realize that the ink liked to get on the edges of the circle stamp. And so there's a little stamped partial circle there, but once again, it's for my auntie. I really didn't care. After the second card, I was totally worn out. I wanted this project to be done, and I hadn't even started on the box. Here's one, thinking of you. That was an Inkadinkado set from the stamp I bought. Banner die came from Bonnie. Foam tape came from Bonnie. Here's the next one. Best wishes was a Inkadinkado stamp. And happy birthday, Inkadinkado stamp. These were the border border strips. I had 3 of them that I had picked out from the lot because they were black and white. And I just did a diagonal paper piecing. And there's an easy way to do paper piecing. It's super easy. So, banner die. I use the same banner die for whatever cards I use the banner on. Because I didn't feel like pulling out a whole bunch of dies. This was scrap lace I put on the background. And I adhered it with some glue dots strips that Bonnie sent. And here is the last one. And the hello, I used this alphabet stamp set that Bonnie gave me. And I stamped it so wonky. But I was like, you know what? My aunt will probably think I did that on purpose. So it's all good. It's all good. So, and then I made 6 envelopes, and I need to buy some score tape or tape of some sort. How do you card makers do the sealing on your envelopes? How do you do it? Because I don't know how. I was gonna buy some score, which I've been meaning to buy anyways. I just haven't been wanting to buy it. If you know what I mean, I haven't been wanting to spend the money, but how do you guys use as a seal on envelopes that you guys sell? You know, the envelope card sets that you guys sell. How do you do the seal? I'd be curious. I am curious. I made all of these out of this cream cardstock because I didn't want to cut into like scrapbooking paper to make envelopes. So even though these cards in the box don't really have cream in it, it has that weird yellow splatter in it in a couple places, but it doesn't really have cream. But I was like, you know, it's an envelope. Whatever. This was like some like computer, like colored computer paper-ish. So that's what I just made them out of. Because regular computer paper, even though it's white, is way too thin and you can see right through it. But I made all the envelopes with my new school board. And I got the dimensions for the envelope and the box dimensions from a YouTube user named Baby Tweetums, I believe it is. She gives a lot of great tutorials when it comes to card making stuff, paper crafting in general. Because the scoreboard doesn't have an envelope size for a 4x4 card. So she was really helpful in that respect, and also the box. So, because I'm not smart enough to figure it out on my own. Anyways, yeah. That would be the project I've been slaving over. It really wouldn't have taken so long, but I drag my feet. I really drag my feet when it comes to these things. I'll be all pumped to start it, and I was like, oh my goodness, I can't pick up the zebra stamp one more time. Okay. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.